Hello there everyone and welcome to Corey Loses, where today we're starting a brand new playthrough in Empire at War Expanded, Fall of the Republic, a preview of the 1.0 version of the mod. We're going to have some videos coming out later this week probably to talk about the overview for Fall of the Republic 1.0 and Thrawn's Revenge 3.0, what they're going to broadly mean, as well as some other news videos coming out over the next little while, going into more depth with each thing, but we are going to play a full Galactic conquest now as the CIS in the Outer Rim Sieges GC. So I did a poll on Patreon for which Galactic conquest we should play out of these new historical campaigns. In the original release, we had Foros, but we've since added Outer Rim Sieges, Operation Dirge's Lance, and the Hunt for the Malevolence, which was primarily done with a lot of work from Nolan Star and Nemesis, I believe, are the two most involved in it. So I put up a poll on which of the three we should do, and it was like 26 votes for Hunt for Malevolence, 26 votes for Outer Rim Sieges, and 8 for Dirge's Lance. So since it's a bit longer and Nolan was saying it was more fleshed out, we're going to be playing Outer Rim Sieges. So, again, as the CIS. So I'll go over a bit of what's been changed and what's going to be changed as we go through the GC. But for those watching on YouTube, I am recording this live on Twitch. So I'm going to be doing a fair bit of the campaign today. This, unlike some of or pretty much all of our other Thrawn's Revenge and Fall of the Republic previews, I'm not going to be doing the patron units because I kind of needed to have a faster turnaround on this series, because I'm basically recording ideally 6 episodes today. We'll see how far in that ends up being, and then I'll have all the videos prepped for moving, because I'm going to have up to a week maybe without access to my computer starting on the 1st. So I wanted to make sure that I had everything set up, ready to go. I need to do a bunch of datapad videos, which is my lore channel, which I guess I should start linking to that in the description. But yeah, so there's a lot coming for the channel, a lot coming for the mod. Let's get started with the Outer Rim Sieges. So I will be trying to answer some questions from Twitch chat as we go. What does Operation Dirge's Lance entail? As in, what was the campaign from the Clone Wars? I actually don't remember enough about it offhand to be confident enough to give an answer. But it involved a lance from Dirge. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. I've been kind of debating turning on Cruel for this one. I think I'm going to do it. Hey, sire, thank you, Nacho, for subscribing. I'm going to enable Cruel before the heroes spawn, so that any stuff's... There we go. So, you can already see we have one new hero and one that's non-standard, but was in previous releases, so Rel Harsel over here from the Fantasy Flight Games stuff. And then we have Calatrim, I think? Oh, I guess Dooku is talking, so I'll let that get out of the way. So yeah, she has a bulwark named Cataclysm, I believe, but she is a pretty high tier. Yeah, Command Tier 2. So she is not the only new CIS hero or Republic hero in this version. We'll have probably some news posts going over specific content like that soon. Well, actually, the new units and heroes will probably wait until closer to release, because that's the kind of stuff that just gets added and done as we go. The Republic has not fallen to our campaigns in the prior year, and with their economy and worlds now geared for war, we're being outproduced and outdeveloped. My intelligence reports they will attempt to siege our hearts in the Rim soon, so it's likely our best chance will be a final push while their fleets are distracted. So yeah, we have a pretty decent advantage at the start of this GC. Nolan did a lot of work to make sure there was accurate force representations, good planet choices. So yeah. Is there an alert set? Not really for the streams. Once I've moved, I am going to be a lot more I'm going to work on a more consistent schedule, because right now I'm kind of just planning around when I can and can't see Dana, my girlfriend. So we'll see how that goes. But there's a lot of... yeah, there are the unique providences in this GC, because we have a new Providence model, Providence and Providence Dreadnought model, which is one of the things we're going to be showing off a fair bit. We've kind of seen them in the Community Challenge GC. I might just leave these independent planets to get captured by the enemy, make it a bit more interesting. But we'll turn on these guys. Oh, no, I haven't done any of the Streamlabs. I'm going to be working on that kind of stuff after I move. So stream schedule as well as graphics and stuff, rebranding assets. Because for the last month or so, I've been trying to get to the point where I'm ahead on work. And that's going to stay the case until after I've moved. But yeah. So, we have... I think I want to take some of these straggly planets down here. Arida would be a good first one for us to go for. I think they're relatively heavily defended, so...
Unit in production.
We'll pop one of those in.
Unit in production.
We'll just grab some intel.
Constructing unit.
Thank you, Sire, for another 10 gifted subs. Very much appreciated. We're going to group these guys up over here. Where's Trench again? Trench is up here. We got a Providence Dreadnought along with Trench. So maybe I will go to Bandamere as soon as we see some activity there. Because I want to make sure we get some good action. But we'll need to group a lot of stuff to take Araido. I think that's pretty heavily defended.
Mission log updated.
What do we got? Alright, statistics. So 37% for the Galactic Republic, 32% for us, and then 6% for Banking Clan, Commerce Guild, and Trade Federation, 3% for Techno Union. So overall, with our allies, we're doing alright. So you'll notice two different buttons here. So the government button used to be over here, just small like those, but that wasn't obvious enough. So this is a better place for it. And then resources, which we're going to get into more in another GC, because it's not set up yet. It's not fully set up yet. I've disabled some of its effects for this because they're still in progress. All right. Okay, this might be a little bit much. But there is the new Invincible model, new Acclimator models. There is going to be a new Dreadnought model as well. I just haven't rigged it yet. So Acertel did... oh, the new Golan's. Here's the level 2 shipyard. But yeah, so Acertel has done a ton of models recently, and we've all been trying to catch up with him texturing. But this is... You know what? I'm going to go for it. Callet. See if we can whittle away at them a little bit.
Reinforcements en route.
That's a lot of fighters, so let's go with some diamonds.
Let's go. This way.
We're not going to have that many fighters ourselves.
Roger that.
Alright, Auxilias, so no fighters there. We do have the Providences, which are some fighters, but not fantastic. Hard cells, I guess they're carriers, but they're small carriers, so it's not going to be anything compared to this swarm. Alright. Let's take her out a pause. And hopefully the diamonds will stop this this spam there. But yeah, so Acertel did the Acclimator models and the Invincible model. 3 Cold did the texture on the Invincible. Mr. Puerto Rican is doing the acclimator textures.
Awaiting orders. Target locked. Frigate reporting.
We've pulled in a lot of people this year who are starting to learn, so that really helps speed everything up. Yeah, we do have research you can do for like clip-on fighters for some of the CIS ships, like the Recusant and the Munificent, which I obviously haven't done yet, but that will help give the CIS some extra fighters. But yeah, so obviously there's nothing wrong with the Dreadnought model that Max made, which is the one. Oh, I'm going to close that. Which is the one we're using right now, but it didn't look anything like the Assault Frigate model. So when Acerito was doing the Assault Frigate models, the new Assault Frigate models, he decided to do the Dreadnoughts as well, and just helps it be a little bit more consistent.
Open fire. Yes, Commander.
All right. I think getting the... This is really bad. Here, you just stop. Because the Bulwarks have a good amount of ion weaponry, which is very rare in the Clone Wars. So... Oh, and you can see also for the command vendors, they have the red markings now.
Go after the stragglers.
I did notice, sire, and I did say thank you. But if you didn't hear it the first time, thank you again. I appreciate it.
We no longer have control of...
Here we got the new Providence.
I got one. Ready.
We have not met requirements for
Roger that.
success.
Cruiser reporting.
Alright, RIP ISD.
Form up. Intercepting. Our engine is down.
Final arming sequence engaged. Enemy
I'm on
forces
them.
have reduced our numbers.
Oh shit, no, I didn't notice the second time. I thought that was the same one. Chat moved past it. But thank you again.
Stay in formation.
Shutdown sequence.
My bad.
Awaiting orders.
Countdown approaching 0.
Copy. I copy.
We have not met
I just can't keep up with it.
Do not let Republic troops secure target Alpha.
Reporting. Get
I don't know if I'm worried about these guys. I am a little bit worried about those.
I have them now. The missile launchers are the primary target.
Alright, we've killed the ISD, we've killed a Venator. Well, Tarkin.
Frigate
So, hero.
cannons are.
General Grievous frowns on such.
They're doing some good damage to our Providences. Or one of the Providences. But soon we'll get over to the shipyards. Still working on the scale for these. This is going to be much smaller. But, still another ISD coming. But yeah, so the light, heavy, and capital and dreadnought shipyards have been redone. Before the dreadnoughts, the dreadnought shipyard was using the capital shipyard model. So now they're all unique.
I'm on them. Weapons armed. Batteries online.
All right, we can take down the invincible shields pretty easily here.
Weapon is ready. Direct fire at their laser cannons. Target those lasers.
Then I guess we'll just let these guys do their own thing.
Yes, sir.
I think the diamonds have put in some pretty good work for us here. All right, I'm gonna switch them over to the ISD, and we're gonna keep the Recusant and 2 Munificents on this guy. Whiskey's asking when do field bases arrive in Fall of the Republic. They will be in 1.0. So we'll be seeing some of the field bases in this playthrough. The field bases in Fall of the Republic actually already have unique models. So instead of being the bunkers, they are they're new platforms that we'll see probably in the invasion of Aridu. So now that we're confident the mechanic is doing what we want and staying. Alright, we're actually starting to get shields back on Kala. Kala has been really useful this battle. The bonus from her. And obviously the Golan models as well, but they were in the Zinj playthrough as well as the Community Challenge too. But for people who may be coming in for the first time here, that'll be new. There's a ton of new and updated stuff. This map unfortunately doesn't have one of the low orbit ones, but there's been some updates to Planet Art as well. I think there will be a good Mass Effect mod because in my opinion Mass Effect has loads of ships and has a lot of potential. I don't know. Non-Star Wars mods tend to not take off very well for Empire at War other than the Stargate one. Because a lot of people just use free release models when doing their mods. So they, without the asset base to work off of that other stuff tends to have, and that Star Wars mods tend to have, people don't tend to make mods for those in Empire at War. Which is unfortunate because, honestly, it contributes to a lot of mods for Empire at War being the exact same thing, repeated multiple times. Shit, I was really hoping not to lose you.
I copy. All fire on those ion cannons. Reporting.
Analysis. Destruction imminent.
Primary drive system is down.
Frequency open.
Can I get you? Okay, cool.
Target those lasers.
We're actually
Our lasers.
cleaning up a bit.
The ion cannons are our primary target.
Got the PDF dreadnought still. You got shields back, so that's good.
Data board open. Targeting aircraft.
Awaiting instruction. Yes, Commander. Direct fire at their laser cannons.
Alright. Kala's safe.
Ready.
The massive Aridu fleet has been mostly neutralized. Just some cleanup to do still. If you could command one ship, what would it be?
Reporting.
I mean, I wouldn't want to command a ship because then there's a big chance of blowing
Direct
up.
fire at their laser cannons.
Oh, they're
We're
leaving.
in attack position.
There's also some work going on with upgrading particle effects, which you'll notice throughout this as well. But, I mean, that's not a horrible loss for us. I'll take it. They outnumbered us. Ooh, they got an A6 here at Aridu. So one of the things that's been done with ground battles, one of the first steps in the next phase of our ground reworks, has been that I went through and I deleted a bunch of the bad maps and kept only maps that were either good or take minor changes to become good. Because we had a bunch that have been around for over a decade and were too big, especially. That was the biggest thing, was that some were just too big. And so all those are kind of gone now. There are a few that are still here that are intended to be cut down size-wise, but just haven't been modified yet. So that will be a thing as we go, but
Constructing.
that should help pretty significantly with
Constructing unit.
ground battles, and then obviously there's going to be other mechanical and balance changes around that, but it's kind of the first step.
Ground invasion commencing.
Beldrin and Boz Pity have the Colicoid Swarm and Lucid Voice spawns. Okay, so there are for those who have played Thrawn's Revenge, our post-Endor mod, we have some stuff like the Megador and Dominion that aren't really heroes, but they're units that are kind of unique story-wise or visually. And so there's two providences like that, Colicoid Swarm and Lucid Voice, which are like lore-based units that have custom skins. So we'll probably give one of those a try. I can never remember where Boz Pity is. Some of these planets need to get shifted around a bit. That's another thing that I'm working on. But yeah, so in addition to removing some of the worst maps, we do have more new maps coming. Colin, one of our new 3D artists, has been making some props. That's kind of what his focus is going to be. So he's going to be working on... He's been working on Umbara props, rather. And we're going to start getting an Umbara... I'm going to start working on an Umbara map. Rogue's got some projects underway. Rhino is also learning how to map. So we got more maps coming from more people. But let's build a support field base, and you guys can see the new... this is the Separatist field base. Based on TCW.
Heading out.
Field based on TCW.
Capacity.
Oh, kill the lat.
Our base is under attack.
Construction complete.
Target confirmed.
Oh, shit.
Setting course.
Unit.
A6s are very scary.
Unit destroyed.
Alright, Paul off there.
Destroyed.
And let's drop some...
Unit destroyed.
Yeah, you won't have to hunt down structures anymore. You can always see them. This is going to be an invasion problem. So there's still some changes I want to make to the A6 because it's very difficult to balance that unit.
Order acknowledged.
Yeah, part of that is that I want to make it like a limit of 3 at a time. I don't think we're going to be able to win this with these forces. We need an Octoptara or
Unit destroyed.
probably an Octoptara. Yeah. With some healing. And yeah, that's why PopCap isn't a great thing to play around with on ground, because Empire War does not give a fuck about it most of the time. So you don't have quite the same tools you have in space for certain things. Yeah, I think Droideka Mark IIs will help with that.
Beginning construction.
And yes. So we'll leave that for a bit. Do we have all of our mines? We actually don't have all of our mines.
Building under construction. Beginning
Two
construction.
there, two there. Alright, let's take these guys out to Centauri's. Liana would probably be a better target, but you know.
Building under construction.
Aw, man. Morale's asking, have you ever thought of adding more heroes from TCW, like Ahsoka and Rex the mod? Yep, they'll be coming. We have Ahsoka's head modeled. Just need to do her body.
IPV reporting. Location confirmed.
Yeah, the Gozantis I think are fucked right now, so won't be able to use those.
We're on our way.
Because I did all the ground map changes, it is possible that we'll get to a planet that just the ground map doesn't load because the name's wrong.
Right away.
So I'm kind of expecting that at some point.
Moving out.
Whiskey's asking questions regarding TR. Do I want to stop these guys? Yeah, I may as well.
Retreat aborted.
First question, does New Republic get Bulwark 3s? No, that only goes to the CSA and the C-Ruvi battlecruiser they captured. No, that we don't have any C-Ruvi ships in the mod right now. And when we get them in, maybe for some campaigns that start after that, we'd add them as a starting force for New Republic, but that isn't the thing they get right now. Yeah. Does the Hapes Consortium get ISDs? You know, just a little number to build? Nope, they can't build ISDs. Maybe again as starting forces, or if they get some version of capture shuttles, because the Hapens would be a faction to use boarding. Like anything like that that a faction got by stealing it, both with the Sibwara, which is the C-Ruvi ship the New Republic had, and the Hapens using ISDs, we have a mechanic in the mod for capturing ships. So we're not going to build a 37th faction off of using ISDs. We have a mechanic for people to actually steal ships if they want to use another faction's units. But there we go. We got Colicoid Swarm here, so a slightly different paint job, you can see. 3, if you capture Hapes, can you build Novas, Haven, Battle Dragons, Betas, no matter what campaign you play, or is it campaign specific? So that's an influence reward. If you have high level influence on those planets, like Hapes and Mandalore, you get unique build options.
Ready for battle.
That's been in the mod for a while. And that'll be the way that certain things are added in Fall of the Republic as well.
Ready for duty. Roger that. Flank speed. Fire. Open fire.
Alright. There we go. I think we're gonna go back to Liana with this fleet. Oh, we need that. Build our own. I'm gonna get those there as well. It's not the best idea, but I don't think we're gonna get attacked that way.
Tactical battle imminent.
MTTs are in the mod.
Awaiting command.
Yeah, I think they have
Command.
Reinforcements
I
cancelled.
think some of the code cleaning that happened
Fall out.
broke the Gozantis.
It won't be long now.
Alright, so this is the level 3 shipyard capital. What about the Hapes and New Republic being allies every campaign, or just the Zinj campaign? They're only set as allies in the Zinj campaign, but we have like the vassal mechanics that are coming,
Choose your reinforcements.
which will allow the New Republic to ally with other factions under specific situations.
This way.
But we'll have more information on that over the course of the development cycle. We'll have specific videos coming out on how that works.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Let's go.
Reinforcements cancelled. Reinforcements cancelled.
I've got to check. I think the bounding scale on the shipyards, because the old model used to be at like 11 times scale, and this we have a new standard now of like everything being 0.5. So that's why like this invincible, even though it's a spawn from this was like spawning out here. So you need to just check some of the bounding on that. Alright, you guys need to get up
Coming
there.
about. Destination confirmed.
It's a big release, so a lot of stuff changing, which also means a lot of stuff will be a little bit buggy for this playthrough.
Orders.
So we don't have any kind of release date specified for it. It's just there's a lot of stuff we want to do on the galactic and tactical levels. So we'll keep you guys posted with like articles and feature breakdowns and stuff, but no specific set release date yet. Yeah, sorry. I missed, I think, the second or third group of them.
Attacking target. Awaiting instruction.
Or the second,
Target those lasers.
because chat pretty much immediately jumped it up to where the original one was.
Commander.
But then I noticed, I guess, after you went to take your call, but thank you. We got another new model and texture here. We got the Carrick. This tan version is only used by the PDFs in Fall of the Republic. We've usually got a gray version that the Empire is using.
Ready. Cruiser reporting.
Pull them up. We're active viewers and need a sub. I will not make a call on that. PDF is Planetary Defense Force, so the like the parts of the Republic Army that are not part of the Grand Army of the Republic, that are like system forces. So, well, part of it in kind of a less direct way. Do the new shipyard models have their own defenses, or are they like the old ones that just have shields and reduce defensive units? Right now, they're just like the old ones. They'll have a couple weapons, but we are not trying to turn every fight into a base assault, so it'll be very minor weapons, even on the capital and dreadnought shipyards. Like, maybe able to take on a frigate or two on the higher end. Because when people want to have defense, or want to build up base defenses like that, or want to have kind of like base assault maps, that will be available through like Valadujas, Valor stations, that kind of thing. Like actually building up that kind of infrastructure, not just turning every single battle into like, oh, it's a capital shipyard, I need to do this, and making them that much more expensive. It's because we enjoy the fact that there are battles that have different paces and styles. And we want to make sure that we keep emphasizing that.
At your command.
Thank you, Sire, for gifting a sub to Nemesis.
Ready for battle. Fire at will.
Alright, what are we looking at for reinforcements? Don't have numbers for the Invincible Dreadnoughts there. It looks like the vendors haven't shown up. So I'm going to blame Nemesis for that.
Reporting in. Yes, Commander.
It's not that the Death Clone needs a texture 3-call, it's that some of the textures are being switched, so the Death Clone needs to be just deleted until we actually make new Death Clones for stuff. And Death Clones aren't going to be a huge priority yet still, but it is something that will be probably coming in the future. We've got some people working on learning that. Because we generally didn't want to make them until we were sure things were sticking around. Because like we redo so much of the art so often, it doesn't make sense to do those death clones and then redo them immediately. Just keep going forward, actually. Thank you again, Sire, for the sub to Bryce. Here, go forward.
Power pack charged. Sails
Awaiting orders.
Alright, I'm gonna use more firepower there.
Copy. We're on our way. I copy. Report.
Alright, we gotta get Colicoid over here to deal with the Invincible.
I'll send one of them. I'll dispatch them. Send one.
The ion cannons are inoperable.
Get on over there.
We've lost our turbo lasers. Awaiting instructions.
Thank you again, Sire, for the gift to Psychodar.
Targeting.
Oh, there was one of the new explosions.
My minions.
Will the Geonosian fighter hangar station from the original Clone Wars be in? Yes, that's actually one of the next thing that Saratzel is going to be modeling. So that should be in relatively soon. Not in this playthrough, because I am going to be recording this playthrough pretty much all at once.
Full speed
But that will be coming.
Cargo ship here.
Does it not have a collision mesh? That would be a problem. So, like I said, gonna be buggy.
Targeting aircraft. Here.
Oh, no it does. Might just be an issue on one of the sides? Or are they... Oh, I think they're trying to shoot... Yeah, because stuff always wants to shoot the middle, and because it's a hole, it'll shoot through. So I need to set some target bones, that's it.
cruiser reporting.
Stuff doesn't try to actually shoot the collision mesh, it tries to shoot the center of objects.
I'll send
So...
one of my minions.
Gunship reporting. Firing.
Alright, Colicoid, maybe come over here.
Here. A command I like.
Weapons ready.
There we go.
Into position.
Alright, so that's going to do it for our first episode here. Hope you guys have enjoyed and are looking forward to the series. For those watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. For those watching on Twitch, we are going to continue streaming, because again, the first 6 episodes I'm hoping to record today. So thanks again, and hope to see you next time.